Let's go live to the US now. Alex Shephard, reporter at the New Republic, joins us. So Joe Biden's star is falling. Pete Buttigieg really stole the show in Iowa. This is really not shaping up like the Democrat establishment wants it to, Alex.
No, they had hoped that this would all be a coronation for Joe Biden. I think Biden most of all, but he was always going to have a difficult time in these first two states. But things have ended up being significantly worse than I think any of us anticipated. Right now, I think there's a very good chance that he'll finish fifth in New Hampshire after coming in fourth in Iowa. And his campaign had been hoping that he could rebound in South Carolina, which votes after New Hampshire. But there are increasing signs that he's starting to falter there as well.
So what does this mean for Joe Biden? If he can't win these first two primaries, or not win, he doesn't even look like he's in the competition at the moment. It's almost all over for him, isn't it? Or is there still a little glimmer of hope for Joe Biden?
There's still a lot of states that have to vote, and he has done well in the polls with older black voters in particular. That again has started to change recently. He has one other big problem, which is that he's starting to run out of cash, and he's facing opponents like Bernie Sanders and Pete Buttigieg who have quite deep pockets.
Yeah, they sure do. Pete Buttigieg in particular is really attracting millions of dollars in donations. We haven't heard much about Bloomberg. Is he just waiting in the wings?
Yeah, I think, when you talk to people that are close to his campaign, they are projecting quite a lot of optimism. I think that they were sort of crowning themselves the winners of Iowa, since that was such a screw up. He's been rising in the polls in South Carolina and is really looking ahead to Super Tuesday now. I do think that what you're seeing, though, is a situation that might be Bernie Sanders' ideal version of the primary. The sort of moderate lane, which might be the majority within the party, is going to be split between 4 or 5 candidates, whereas Sanders only has Elizabeth Warren, whose star has fallen considerably, to compete with.
And all this in the backdrop of Donald Trump celebrating, relishing in his impeachment acquittal. He seems now more powerful than ever.
Yeah, I think that this was last week was probably the Democrats' worst week in 3 years. I think Trump, when you talk to Republican senators before impeachment, were hoping, knowing that he would be acquitted, that he would somehow have learned a lesson, that he would come out of this, a wiser and more cautious president. The exact opposite is the case. He spent the last week sort of trumpeting at every opportunity, including a national prayer breakfast, that this was a total acquittal and vindication that of the witch hunt that he had been decrying for all these months.
Well, it's still a couple of months to go yet, Alex. Thanks so much for the update.
Thank you.